In today's video, I'm going to be giving you a beginner's guide to Propresenter. This is essentially a software which allows you to create amazing presentations. I'm going to try and teach you everything you need to know in around 15 minutes so you can get a great understanding of it. So let's get right into it. Now, the first thing you want to do once you've installed it is open it up. It should look something like this. And you want to first of all go to where it says New Presentation. Now, in New Presentation, it's going to ask you for the file name. So just put anything you want. So I'll put P1. Then it's going to ask you for the theme here. So you can select some default themes they have here. You've got just some simple ones here. You've got some lyric style ones over there. And you've also got the add sign here, so you can actually go ahead and create a new theme as well. Now for me, I'm just going to pick this one here, just for now. And I'm ready to go. Now, it's going to ask you next the size that you want. So the most common size is going to be 1920 by 1080. I'd probably recommend going for that, but if you have a different size, you can put that in there. But most monitors are going to be that or a bit higher. For the library, you can just put default, and for the playlist, we can just leave it as no playlist. So we press new, and we can now see that our group 1 is in here. What I'd recommend doing next is going down to where it says import media, this little button here, and import any media that you have for your presentation. So that could be things such as photos, images, videos, all of that kind of stuff you might want to put in here. Also over here we can add things like audio to our presentation. So the first thing we're going to want to do is we want to go ahead and click on our group here. So this is going to be our presentation. We want to click on it, and we want to go here and press on the edit button. Now this is going to allow us to go ahead and actually edit the stuff inside of here. And it's really simple to do, so we can just click on here, for example, and this is going to give us the text box. So from here we can actually type something in, so hello there. And we can go over here and we can actually change the fonts. So we could just put a different font in here. Let's say we like this one, or whatever font we like, we can go ahead and put that in here. They have a lot to choose from by default. But if you're not happy, you can actually go ahead and add your own custom fonts into this, which I can show you how to do later. You can change the boldness, you can change, underline it, capitalization, all that kind of stuff. We've also got things like the stroke. We've got, we can have the stroke on or off. We've got things like shadow. We can add a shadow underneath it. We can have lines only. We can have scrolling. We can have it as a list, or we can have it linked to something. We can also have it in a shape as well. So this is the shape here, and we can basically change, do we want to fill it, do we want to have a stroke in it or around it, do we have a shadow on it, all of that kind of stuff we can add here, feathering, and then we've got build. So basically build is the build is the sort of animation in, I guess you could say. Well, this is how we build in. So let's say we build in with the dissolve one. We can change the duration, and then we can go back and we can actually go to build out if we want to, and that would be the way that it disappears. So you can go ahead and add that in there. Now down here on the bottom right, we can see there's a slide notes section, and in here we can write some notes for ourselves, talk about 1, 2, 3, just some notes here that we can look at when we're presenting this slide. And it's really simple to do. Now over here we can go ahead and we can add a shape, so we could add a ellipse, for example, or we can add a triangle here. We can add whatever we want. We can also go ahead and add text, so if we want to add new text. We can also add media, so I've just imported a Shopify logo in here, and I can just resize that like that. And then same thing here, we can sort of change all the settings on this pretty easily. We can also right click it and we can go ahead and bring it to the front, send it to the back. We can do aligning. We've got a lot of different settings we can mess with on there. We also have video input, so we can go ahead and we'll add this here. And what we can do from here is we can go ahead and add a video link from YouTube or somewhere like that into here. So it's pretty easy to do, and there's a lot of reasons you might want to do this. So now let's say that we are happy with this slide here. Obviously this looks very bad, but you would have spent more time on it. What we can do is we go to the top and we can go to this little add icon, And we can go back here, it's going to show us the themes thing again. So let's say that we are liking this black theme here. We can go ahead and pick a block from this. So let's say we want to now add a quote. We can click that and it's going to add that quote block here. You can see these lines here, these are basically guidelines. They're not going to be there when you present it, they'll just be there to help you make it all aligned, that kind of thing. But again, we can add some text in here. We can add some stuff here. Now down here you're going to see this thing called objects, and objects are basically these things here. So we can actually press the eye icon on our objects and we can actually hide or show them. And yeah, it's pretty simple to do. There's also some more settings here, you know, text background, all of that kind of stuff here that we can edit very easily. At the top here we have these little buttons here. So we have this one, which is the audience button. So this shows or hides the audience screen. So when I press that, it basically turns my other screen on or off. And we've got the stage runners here. So if I just hover over that, this will show or hide the stage screen. We also have the reflow section here where it allows you to basically reflow parts of this. So what you can do there is you can basically change the text in here, which is pretty cool. Now down here they also have this pro content here, so you can go ahead and download these by just clicking on them. And these are going to be bits of content that you can just drag in that just kind of look nice. And they have a lot of, so these are sort of just backgrounds here, I guess you could say. Bits of content there, but then also they have stuff like motion graphics here. So they've got some really cool looking motion graphics that you can use, and just press the little download button here and that will download it for us. But this is stuff like titles, all that kind of stuff. They also have the cinematic stuff here, again pretty similar. And then they have the free stuff here, so they have some element packs, they have some cinematic stuff here, countdowns, all of that kind of stuff. So they have a lot of pre-made content, which is pretty cool. Now we also have the Bible section here, and the Bible section is for if you are using this to present in church. You can essentially import a Bible into here, and then from there you can show verse numbers, show break on verse, display translation, preserve font color. So you can actually import a Bible into here, which is pretty cool. And then up here, if we go to more, we have a few things here. So we have the stage editor. So this is basically for, this is what it's going to look like for you, the stage monitor. So this is going to show you the slide text. It's going to show you the next slide text. It's going to show you how long you've got on your presentation, all of that kind of stuff there, just so you can keep the right flow. We have the theme editor here, so we can actually go ahead and edit these. So we have the presets changed each time. So every time we add in a theme, it will go to these presets. We have the CCLI, so this is just the copyright information. The props editor, so this is just for all our prop stuff. And then we have the mask editor here as well. If we go back to the show section here, we can go ahead to this first slide, for example. We can right click it and we can go to hotkey, and we can select a hotkey from A to Z, and basically when we press that button on our keyboard, it's going to skip to that slide. So you might want to refer back to it a few times. That would be a good use of it. You've also got other actions here. So you've got audience, look, stage, slide destination, timer, props, message, media playlist. You've got all of these different settings, macros in here that you can basically put on that. But that is basically how you use Propresenter, or just a base overview of how it all works, so you can go ahead and get going with it. Now, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe, and also comment down below if you have any other questions about this software or a different software that you'd like us to make a video on. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.